Well, thank you for joining us. This question says a person is randomly selected from the entire adult population of Australia. Event A is that a randomly selected person is male. Event B is that of the randomly selected person is a professional rugby player. Determine which with explanations whether A and B are independent events. Okay, so let's have a look at what we're trying to achieve. If the probability of A equals the probability of A given, just make that, probability of A given B, then A and B are independent. All right. Well, let's say we take the entire population of Australia. What's the probability approximately that they're male? All right, A is probability of a male. Look, let's just say that's about a half. I don't know how many men and women there are in Australia, but we're just going to say that's roughly a half. That would be fine, right? Now, event B is the probability that they're professional rugby players. Now, we don't have to know how many professional rugby players. What we do have to know is, given that we're only dealing with, because it's a given that we're only dealing with professional rugby players. Now, there are professional rugby players who are female, right? And they are professional rugby players that are male, right? So, out of the set of rugby players, this is set, we call that set B. How many of those are male? Is it half? Now, if it's half, then A and B are independent. So, if half are male and half are female, we would say yes, the probability of A given B, the probability that they're male, given that they're a professional rugby player, is that half? Well, you know what? I might be wrong, but I think most professional rugby players in Australia happen to be male, because I see the football matches every week in the season of rugby, and most of the teams that we're watching are actually men. So out of the professional rugby players, I don't think half are male. I think there's actually more male. So I think it's more like, 90% are male and 10% are female. But it's not a half. I think it's more than half are male out of the professional rugby players. So, are they equal? That's a half. That's more than a half. So that's greater than a half. I think more professional rugby players are male and about half the population are male. So I will say no. A and B are not independent events. Yeah. Difficult question. I hope this has helped. Until next time, stay happy.